Going live. This hangout is now on air. Hello, everyone. I will be animating again today. Thank you for joining me. Fair warning, today is going to be mostly people talking, so there's going to be a lot of line repetition and other stuff, but we'll get to see some of the cool art that Casey's done recently, like this one. Again, we're probably not getting too deep into spoiler territory, but there's always the chance, so if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch. But watch anyway, because I like fans. I need people watching me. Give me attention! I'll try to keep up with the comments. Usually I gotta get into the zone, and it's hard for me to get out of the animation thing. So, let's see. This is where I left off. I actually clean this up a little bit, because this was a jarring cut. Because really, idealistically, I'd probably have Root 2. I should get him like super close to the screen, like this. I can't do it. But he'd basically cover the entire screen and then zip around and zoom out. I could do that. I don't want to. That's good enough. Oh, my air conditioning just came on, and it's hot in here, so I'm leaving it on. Sorry if it's loud. Comments. No. Okay. Gonna skip this line. Actually, I gotta shut it off so I can freaking hear. I'll sweat my way through this. Yeah, that should shut off soon. Turn this up.
Greetings!
Alright, so I'm not going to do these close-ups just yet because I don't know exactly where Nova's going to be standing. I might have her cross the line on the other side of the line of action. Casey. It's a great background, but you forgot that we have pink walls. So break that apart. You can't just go past it, can you? Can you believe it? Floor 2, so I don't write anything. I mean, we're not gonna see up here, so. Ooh. Alright, so then 8 anim scene 4 CFU. And he only goes to about 1,000 lines, so. Or no, he goes all the way to the end here. So let me copy this. Go into here, distribute to layers. Press the right buttons. It's Control? No. It's Command? Yeah, it's Command. There we go. Paste frames all the way out. And which has the... Just have to decide how I'm going to animate. So these are all probably going to be together. Put those back. Doing some setup. This will be all together. Innovate. Animated sequences. I'll actually throw this into the animated sequences. So let's frame this up first. So this can be on almost the bottom. Not that. Make it a little darker. Actually, I won't worry about lighting just yet. I might have to go into here, into the symbol, and do it. we also have to resize this. And that should still work. Which means this probably also should be a little bit resized. Destroying Casey's beautiful work. Casey suggested I could have these arms like moving around a little bit. I'll figure out a way to do that. I mean, I just have to break this apart and... Gee. So that shouldn't be too difficult, but I'll leave that till later. Oh, I'm getting a thing from Jess. I have to tell her. Busy stream. Is Kirbygon. So yes, Kirbygon, I did like your fan art. I really appreciate it. I will make sure that Casey, Joseph, and Bo all see it. Hopefully they keep track of the Twitters. I do like the little clever stuff you did with the lineup. Casey and pink. Well, we actually do the pink and magenta for a reason. It's because magenta is not actually a real naturally occurring color. It is a it is your brain combining two ends of the visible spectrum. There we go. Your brain combining two ends of the visible spectrum, which because one end of the spectrum is red, and below that's above that's infrared, and the other one, or below that is infrared, and on the other side is violet, and above that is ultraviolet. And combining red and violet essentially makes magenta. And the colors is not a circle; it's the spectrum is essentially a straight line. They don't really match up. So it's your brain combining those two. So let's see where we do. Oh no, I don't want to go into there. No. Berg. There we go. Go back. So where do we start?
You appear to be in a cliche.
So I'll have a further back. Should I make this any bigger? It still look grimy. Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can move. Can I move this? Move this up a little bit. No, that's not gonna work. Alright, so I'll just have to move him. It's not really a him, is he? Robots are genderless. Let's move this down here. I'll go in here and kind of cut this out. That matches up close enough. Okay. Back out of this. That's good. I can actually. Ooh, I can take this a little bit here. Control G. Put it behind this. Stretch a little bit. Let's give some texture to hide that wall. Let's take this out. Ew. We shouldn't have taken that out. Oh, mouse batteries are low. That's not good. That's good enough there. Let me change those real quick. Oh, Oh, look at comments. Magenta isn't a real color. Mind blown! I apparently smell. But she doesn't say if I smell good or bad. I am assuming she means good. Placing batteries. Actually, shouldn't even be. I should be using my normal mouse rather than Magic Mouse for Flash. Okay. Robots are not genderless. What about Rosie the Robot? Misogynistic scum. I'm sorry, did Rosie have a robot gina? Does R2D2 is male because he's got gadgets popping out of him all the time. Okay, mouse fixed. Fix up this framing. I kind of like it up there. It was low, so I kind of want to control the colors. The colors, Duke, the colors. Alright, so the thing is, she's going to be looking back and forth. She'll be looking down. So, yeah, I think that should be good. Okay, so this starts on line frame 907. Nope, that's not 907. So we'll go into that, 907, lock it off. Now, let's see. So I've got to break this apart. Actually need to make this a little bigger because I've since changed him to have slightly bigger eye than what Joseph originally made. That's too big. I think it'll be okay. So that grime is a symbol. Alright, so Control X. This is why I should do this. There are keyframes. Ooh, I missed that. I'll just take that off. Don't tell Casey. Oh no, that's got to go above. Actually, what's this? Oh, that's what that is. Alright, so what we're going to do, let's get rid of this, is we're going to distribute the layers. Yeah, so I'm going to lock all these other ones. So we're going to distribute to layers. So now they're all in their own layer. Go back and make that 907. Actually, no, can't do that yet. I'm going to take the bottom one here. Control C. Move that over. Control C. I'm going to put it above that, and we're going to make this a mask. Now, masking basically, you take a fill, an object or symbol essentially, and it turns it into a window, and you can only see what's behind this fill that you're making. So let me break this down to a fill. Do that. Make it red so I know it's not part of the thing, and lock it. So you see how this grime goes past it, and what's going to happen is when I lock all of these, see that little bit went away. That's how I do his eye. So now I'm at the 910, so let me go ahead and do this. J.
Appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
Alright, so this one goes to here. No, one more. Okay.
Appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
Should make this whole thing like this. Robots are not you smell fine, I'm sure. At least you are better. Well, you better talk to Dan about that. Rosie the Robot, Rule 34. I'm pretty sure if I do that, I will find Rosie the Robot, Rule 34, where she has a robot Cock.
You appear to be in a...
Okay, so he says, you appear to be in a cliche horror scenario. I haven't animated Route 2 in a while, so... Or the STFU in a while. So, the head's actually going to stay. So we don't need to animate, so we just need to animate these two. You appear... That's not right. How can that be right? We're going to move that back a little bit. 3 frames ought to do it. We'll put it on 904. Yep.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
So I kind of want him to kind of do this kind of thing. You appear to be in a cliche. Okay. So I kind of want to rotate around like that. I'm going to do that. Just going to do his eye first. Okay, J. Go super high. No, don't want to do this yet. Also can't forget to rotate that. See how this looks.
You appear to be...
Will be unmoved.
You appear to be in a...
Oop. I'll do that. Fix the easing.
You appear to be in a...
Appear to be in. It's gonna bounce down and it's gonna look back up. So no easing on the out. Oh, I did that wrong.
You appear to be in a cliche...
Bring it back to normal. This is actually just gonna. I gotta get back to the groove of how to animate him, so it's gonna be a little bit of experimentation, and then it'll be because I might just take this part out if it doesn't work.
You appear to be in a cliche...
A little more hang time on that one actually. Okay. Three.
Appear to be in a cliche. You appear to be in a cliche. Appear to be in a cliche. Be in a cliche.
Oh, I actually like that. That's a mistake. This is really what I gotta work on, how to do these really snappy animations.
In a cliche. You appear to be in a cliche horror. You appear to be in a cliche. Appear to be in a cliche horror. Appear to be in a cliche horror.
So he doesn't have any eyelids, so I can't really make him blink. And this is the thing, because you get a lot of emotion out of being able to use eyelids and some more with blinking. So I kind of have to do this kind of like, that's his blink. His head going down like that is his blinking.
To be in a cliche horror. In a
Cliche. Let's try this thing. Cliche horror scenario. Goes up like that. Get wide-eyed for a bit. Regular and out. Apply. Apply, same thing.
Say auto scenario.
That didn't work.
Say auto scenario.
Let's give it this one too, and we'll spread it out. Boop-a-doop.
Say auto scenario. Auto scenario.
Scenario. Mario. Scenario. Mild and out. See how that looks. Boop.
Cliche auto scenario.
What?
Say auto scenario. You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario.
That does not look good.
Auto scenario. Cliche auto scenario.
Boop. That. A little bit more movement on it.
Cliche auto scenario. Cliche auto scenario.
Let's bounce back up a little bit. Just hold shift. Not going to. Not going to.
Auto scenario. Auto scenario.
It's kind of thrown off by that.
You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario.
That's not bad.
You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario.
That's really got to be pushed to here.
Cliche auto scenario.
Okay, so that little head thing is not working, so I'm going to change it to this.
Cliche auto scenario. Scenario. Auto scenario.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Auto scenario.
Hey, that looks good. That looks good. I hope everybody agrees, because I'm not changing it.
You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario. Hey, auto scenario.
Alright, so that doesn't make sense to do that anymore.
Hey, auto scenario. Hey, auto scenario.
What?
Scenario.
What?
You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario. In a cliche auto scenario.
That's the problem with this. Something just doesn't look right.
In a cliche auto scenario. Auto scenario. Say auto scenario.
What?
I get behind that.
Hey, auto scenario.
Let's see the comments. Everybody annoyed by this? Cliche horror scenario. Got it. Cliche horror scenario. Yep. Oh, Jess is making fun of me. Jess, that's on the internet forever. Thank you. And yes, I have built a robot, and I did make it. No, I actually didn't build a robot. I lied. I know. I realize it was wrong. I shouldn't have lied. Okay. So as you see, his eye up here is cut off by the mask. That's what we want. So now we gotta do this. Let's have this. Ooh, want that. Blah, blah, should be doing these together, but I'm not. I'm not. Oh, goes down down here. Bloop. This is not to be exact. Down a little bit. Just gonna do that. Goes back to normal. Almost normal. Just gonna come back over this way. Okay, so $100. Flip these around for a moment. Flip them. I can copy these tweens, no problem. Basically duplicating the easing. When you select two at once, it duplicates the easing. Let's just do that.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario. You appear to be in a cliche...
I should probably go down there. At least hit some of these.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
All right, that works. I like the little double the not completely matched movement on the dirt because it's sliding over him. I figure. So let's actually add that here.
In a cliche horror scenario.
What?
So this is how it looks.
You appear to be in a cliche horror. You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
Ew. And that's.
Scenario.
Oh, no wonder. Wasn't actually matched to his eye there. Bring that off a little bit. Match it up top there. Sun, right down there. 3.
Horror scenario.
What?
Yeah, that should work a little better. Yeah, it's a little better.
Horror scenario.
What happened here?
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
Or maybe I just shouldn't touch it. Copy frames.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to not touch it. Just doesn't work.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
But it does make my job a little easier, so good for me. Made a robot out of Legos, it fell on me. It's 4. Oh, it's so sad. I kicked a Tonka trunk once, like one of their backhoes, like the toy ones when I was younger. I gave myself a really fucking deep cut in my on my foot. Didn't need stitches or go to the hospital or anything, but I remember it being pretty bad.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What happened here? Numerous safety violations. We'll have a Halloween episode. Everyone could do a Stufu vampire.
Would you like me to recite lines such as, let's split off, or,
They mostly come at night.
mostly?
There's a good old Steve that we know and love.
Would you like me to recite?
Alright, so let's keep this a little more subdued.
Would you?
So it's just gonna be this one. So if we're not gonna touch that, we can take that out of the thing. Okay.
Would you like me to recite?
Ask. Okay, so we'll give this one a strong.
Would you like me to recite? Would you like me to recite lines such as? Let's. Would you like me to recite lines such as?
Okay, let's have him snap like robotic straight. Right at the camera. I'll jump back a little bit. Let's do this.
Let's split. Let's split up. Let's split up. Lines such as, let's split off. Like me to recite lines such as, let.
Alright, I gotta do this. Boop boop.
Lines such as, let's split up.
See.
Let's split. Such as, let's split off.
Should probably also get bigger. Excuse me, make a thing bigger.
Let's split.
That didn't work.
Let's split off. Let's split. Let's split.
Yeah, it's not working as built well as I'd hoped. It was normal size again. I'll do that.
Let's split off.
Or it's actually very simple at its core. I guess the trick is not to overdo it. This one should actually be slower. A normal one. Over. I can't move those around. I'm never going to use the hesitation.
They mostly come.
Slow that down a little, or shorten it a little bit. Mostly come at night.
At night.
Space horror.
They mostly come at night. They mostly come at night.
Rotate that a bit.
They mostly come at night. Night.
Try something here. Just up. There we go. that. We'll take this, copy it.
Hi. Mostly.
On high. Ease. Bounce back.
Mostly. Or they mostly come at night. Mostly. Just.
Would you like me to recite lines such as blood split off or
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Just tell me which way to the food matron.
Do this.
Mostly.
Just tell me which way to the food matron core.
Query accepted.
Yeah, we can do a pullback on this one. That actually would work really well. This is 1384. J. See comments. I like the Stufu. So the idea that we had with the Stufu was he's sort of like Clippy. If everybody out there is old enough to remember Clippy from Microsoft Works, I don't know if it was in early versions of Microsoft Word. He was basically the this very annoying assistant, helper assistant character that Microsoft put into their word processing program, and he just he's like this little cheap early 90s 3D character that jumps up and says, looks like it appears you're doing this thing. Would you like help with it? And he ended up being more annoying than helpful. I don't know, maybe it's because it seems kind of condescending, and I don't know, but part of the reason that I remember hating it was that you could never really turn him off. Or it was really hard to find out how to turn him off, which was ridiculous. I mean, it's like you should just put, like now we got stuff, if you don't want it, you just click the freaking X on the top. This one, you'd think they'd put that on there, but no, they didn't. You just got in the way.
Query accepted.
Oh, I need a symbol for query. Let's go look at one of my favorite symbol websites. The Noun Project. Let's see what Kerbigon's saying first. Let's see. So here's Johnny. Here's Johnny is from The Shining, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, directed by Stanley Kubrick. So I forget why we picked these ones. I think it's just that we probably went over a couple of them to see which one works the best with the STFU. Like what I'm saying, the Mostly Come at Night mostly is like just a perfect beat for his for his little freak out thing. Jim Carrey is a great actor. Jim Carrey is actually a very, very good actor. He's you just see him mostly in he's just mostly in the comedy movies, and if you go, I really liked him in The Truman Show. He managed to make this character, the semi-serious character, but very charming because he's a bit of a goof. He was also fantastic in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is a wonderful, fantastic movie. I think it's in the top 250 of IMDb. And it's not a comedy. It's got a little bit of comedy in it, but it's not like Jim Carrey's normal kind of like wacky Ace Ventura-esque comedy. Same with Robin Williams. He's usually typecasted as the comedy guy because he's a comedian. He was a comedian and a comedic actor, but he's done a bunch of serious stuff, and he's a good actor. And I'm not talking about like like Patch Adams and stuff like that, but I think he was in like 1 Hour Photo and some other stuff where he was just playing a serious role. So let's go see what we can do for query. This is a great site for if you need symbols for stuff. This was actually a Kickstarter thing. But I use it. I'm just going to look up QUERY and see if I can come up with a cool symbol. Well, it looks like it's just going to be a question mark. Nothing but questions. All right. So let me go make his thing. You guys get to see me art. No, I need a Control Shift N. New. So let's just pick a question mark out of Beavis Nui. Well, I can see what Beavis Nui looks like. Now let's get a better one. Need to make this the normal green. I think that should do. Super big. Let's make it black for now so we just see it. There. Okay. So let's try career new. Ew. Nope. And something a little bit more actually confusing. Let me just try career. Now, sit a grind. I believe we have there. What's the console one? I need something that looks computery. Is really what I want. Kuna. I don't know if I have that many that are fixed with pixely. I should have some. I think that. Let's just see how the digital looks. Airship. Ooh, no, it's too stylized. Oh, there was one. There was a fixed with. So I'm looking for. Well, let's take a look at the Spaceman one. Maybe. I just passed it in a Ranger. No. Oswald. I just saw it. Motorola screen type. That should do it. Monofonto. No. I'll just do Motorola screen type. And we'll shorten it a little bit. Make that bigger. I'll actually do just to make this stick with its pixel width. I'll do that. V white. I'll do this. There we go. Maybe one more up. Let's see if it'll work. There, that works. Okay. LF, F8, STFU, QM. Actually make it the green I wanted. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot I always do. I always click into it. No, Control C. Expand fill. Let's do 10 pixels because it's pretty big right now. Okay. Put that, make that white. No, come on, computer. It's not freezing, it's just, it's thinking. Let's do a backup. Expand fill again, and we'll make it, we'll inset it, this time only 5 pixels. Now we'll do another 5. No, I know how to use this. There we go. Okay. So that should work. We'll copy that over. We can just put that right in here. Woo. Oh, I gotta get rid of that white. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll make it translucent. 75 should be good. Yeah, let's do it a little more. I'm getting a Facebook mention from a friend of mine. Yep. Okay, not enough. 60. Okay, we'll give this a. Do I want to give it a glow? I'll give it a glow. I don't think I do. All right, so That's done. I need props. Actually, because it's animated sequence, I could put. Okay. Boop. Alright, so we don't need that at the moment. Store that over there. So start off looking. Let's see if we have comments. We all knew Clippy is, just don't care to remember his name. Remember, this was back in the 90s, so home computers had really only been available since the 80s, at least on a commercial level, if I'm remembering correctly. And this was also when the internet was coming around as well. I guess that doesn't really have much to do with Clippy, but Windows was, if you might be a little too young, going from like DOS to Windows, even from DOS to 3.1, going from a command prompt to an actual graphical user interface, is a bit of a big change. And it was like the first of its, not really the first of its kind, but it was the first time that people were being able to do this on their home computers, either using Mac or Microsoft. I don't know. It just seems like it's like Microsoft was trying, because they also did a couple other things. Like Microsoft Bob was this. I remember reading up on it. This really stupid user interface help idea that they had. That was just like, I think that was the one when you were in like a home, and it was basically trying to do like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was stupid. Let's go look it up. Okay, so this is going to flash on. We're going to... And so we'll match this with this as close as possible. Won't get anal. Probably will. Let me do this. Position... that, and then rotation will be that. Query accepted. Take up to your later. Okay, yeah, so that's to really be noticeable, so. So probably don't need this in here, but what I want to do is blink it on at this point. So J, take up those things. Delete. There we go. That can be deleted. We'll do this. Q. There we go. I think what's throwing me off is this. Alright, the other thing I want to do is I want to zoom this back a little bit. Should be able to do that. I'm going to put Nova's head, back of Nova's head there. So let's just take now that Nova, although it shouldn't matter. Put it here. Increase in size. This is just, it's too far out of the frame for it to see. I'll do it in the wide shot first. So Casey, if you're watching, I will do that at some point. I'll make that little thing jiggle.
Query accepted.
I need to slow that down. It's too, the cut needs to.
Query accepted. Query accepted. Query accepted.
She disappears. This is frame 1384. No worries. Okay. Where does she have her big head? Right here. I probably just need the head. So I don't even need to keep it in this thing, but I'll do it anyway. You know, actually, I can. Oh, no, I gotta. Anything that's not. Oh, that should be fine. Don't need that. We have to clean up everything. Need to do. Go. This can go. This can go. There we go, cleaned up. X, put her down here. B. Aha, that was a problem. Fills, control. No, it's soft and left. No, there's expand. Control F. Okay, so basically I turned this from a line like that into a fill. So now it won't get super small when I break it out of this. See? What do I need to get? I need to get that and that. I'll go there. So she's going to blink right here. Probably a little bit of overkill for just this kind of detail, but I like having it in there.
Query accepted. Query accepted.
Shorten it.
Query accepted.
Okay, so let me go back in here and animate it on this part. Okay, that'll be good. So let's move it. Oh, I can't do that, can I? I need to. Damn. So I want to blur it. Yeah, let's just do this. Fade. And blur back. Hit all these with a blur. Movie clip. Hi. Probably don't need to do that much, but blur 6 high. So it's probably easier just to do this.
Query accepted. Query accepted.
Okay.
Query accepted.
This doesn't have to be a movie clip, so we can...
Query accepted. Query accepted.
Uh-oh, got that wrong. 1384. This should be 13. That's weird. 1299. Oh, this must not be 1297. Okay. Never fix that. Sure. Actually, I'll make sure I got this too. 9. The rest of this should be fine.
Food Metron Core.
Query accepted.
Alright, so brightness. So your eye doesn't go to her. I can move this out a little bit. J. Boom. J. Let me go back. And it'll just bounce.
Query accepted.
Shouldn't bounce that much.
Query accepted.
Core.
Query accepted. Query accepted.
Core.
Query accepted.
We will not have her bounce because I don't want the eye to go to her. I want it to stay on the Stufu.
Query accepted.
I can do this.
Query accepted. Query accepted.
Query accepted, everybody. And we'll do that. Save. Okay, so now I'm going to do the two parts of Nova facing us, except for lip sync. And tomorrow I'll figure out how to do that and the shot.
Query accepted.
Let's see the comments. You just get tired of listening to the same thing over and over. No, because I'm kind of focused on it. I missed that one from earlier. Let's see there. This needs to be refreshed. You know, you're only talking about home computers. What do you think of the dubs of foreign films? Many covers put a little or poor quality voice. I mean, I haven't seen a dubbed film in a while. I personally prefer subtitles. I don't know the process of dubbing. I know that like older movies that you'd see on Mystery Science Theater 3000 is they usually take the really bad dub stuff where they had to replace all the audio and they can't just like replace the dialogue tracks. Those are usually bad. Yeah. Jess commented and it hasn't shown up yet, so I guess I'll have to see what she says. I have 4 comments. That's what it said. 31 comments. There you go. Newest first. Dubbing is a different kind of art, from what I understand, than kind of just doing the dialogue, because you have to not only act, you have to try and match the mouth movements, not completely, but you have to match their speaking tone and their speaking rhythm. Well, there's Jess. She is sorry she disappeared. Thank you, Jess. I remember hearing something about Billy Bob Thornton doing a voice in the dub of a character in Princess Mononoke by Miyazaki. They were saying that because he's a musician, he could he understands rhythm, and they were saying that the Japanese dialogue is sort of rhythmic like that, or at least when you have to go from Japanese to English and you translate it. And so it was really easy for him to kind of get into that groove. So, I don't know, it's interesting.
Metron core.
Query accepted.
Query is accepted. Darken everything else. Can't really darken that. Make that extra goop. Goop. Not poop, but goop. So take off those. Do right in that too. And this whole thing. What is still? Oh, I know. What's this? Done this in the first place. Hey. Then ep8 g goop. More props. Okay. No, I don't want to select all of those. So I wanted to tint this instead of now brightness. I could actually make this glow. I'm not gonna do that.
Query accepted.
What's the tint on everything? Is minus 30. Of course, I have to do that for this too. Boop-a-doo, boop, boop-a-doo, boo. How's everybody tonight? That's fantastic. I don't actually know if you're doing good or not. I just said that because I assume you're doing good.
Dangerous sight lines such as blood split off or
They mostly come at night.
Mostly.
Fix that a bit. Alright, that should work.
Mostly. Just. Query accepted.
Now, do I do the rest of these as slightly darker? Style, brightness. Oh, I should have his eye pulsating. That'd look cool. Oh, no, that's not being used at the moment. Brightness. Yeah, that fits better. Boop.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What?
Ooh. There we go.
You
Okay, so I definitely don't like this. We're gonna redo it. No.
have a cliche.
Do this.
To be in a cliche horror. Mean a cliche horror.
Is it gonna work? Is it? Experimenting.
To mean a cliche horror.
No. Undo all that. Yeah, we'll do the front here first. Maybe I'll just look him around like he's curious. Like he's like, well, you appear to be in a cliche horror scenario. Let's see if that works. Nope. All these three the same.
You appear to be in a cliche.
Yeah, I need to stop and start when it does that. Take all this out. So to me, it's experimentation. I had to get back in the groove of it, and then I could understand how to do it. That.
Auto scenario.
That should be fine.
Auto scenario.
What?
Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario.
Go over there. This one out a little bit. Boop-a-doop.
You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario.
I just wanted to do it 3 times. Let's just do this. A little longer. Longer.
To be in a cliche auto scenario.
And see how this looks.
Auto scenario. Auto scenario. Auto scenario.
Just do this whole damn thing. Ah!
Cliche auto scenario. You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario.
Let's just have him not have any super movements at this point. Apply. There's only one tween. Shut up. I'll make this one strong. Apply. 2, 3. I can only apply it to 1. Oh wait, I just applied it to 3.
You appear to be in a cliche auto scenario.
What?
Scenario.
What happened here?
Numerous safety violations. Would you like me to recite lines such as blood split off, or
They mostly come,
or
Move this back a tiny bit. A few frames should do it.
or
they mostly come at night.
mostly?
Just
Okay, that's good. Save. Hello, Casey, and welcome to the Fedoramobile. I'm Mark, otherwise known as Not Casey. Also, I'm a butt. Jess, I think Dan took over your thing. That's right. Edwin didn't really like it initially, and we're like, no, it's gonna be funny, and I like it. That's why we're the director and he's the voice actor. I'm kidding, Edwin. If you're watching this, we love you. Boop. This should be simple. Okay, so make sure this is the correct starting point. 879, 879. We'll do this, J. And go under her head, do the same thing. Alright, so she'll be looking down. She's not angry at this point for once. She's confused. Tilt the head down a little bit. Oh, why did I leave all this in here? I don't need this. Get out of here. Rawr! Leave the arms in because you never know when you... I might need to zoom this out a little bit.
Things. You appear to be in a cliche.
That was a little fast.
You appear to be in a cliche.
Oh, that was the problem. No wonder that looked weird.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
That should be better.
You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What happened?
Numerous safety violations. Casey, what do you think of having a Dracula Stufo 9000? You. I don't want this to be a pain in the ass, so I'm just going to combine these. Don't think I did that right. I think we have. Alright, so get rid of that, that, and that, and everything should be okay. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have her leaning forward a little bit. Come on. 100. Oh. So she'll be kind of like freaked out. So her neck will go back. She can actually tilt back a little bit. Nope.
You appear.
This is something that happens, and I'm not entirely sure why, but I hate it. So you see, this is the second to last frame of the animation, and this is the last frame. You'll notice that if I jump between them, take that off. There's a little bit of a jump, and I'm not sure it's because of the easing or it's because Flash is stupid. And but I'm gonna try to get rid of it by basically converting the second to last frame to keyframe. Yeah, see, that sort of gets rid of it. It's not perfect, but it's less noticeable.
You appear. You appear.
I can actually do this. There we go. We'll go into her face. So we'll have her blink. I think I did back here. Okay, that's the official end of it. Eyebrows. So these will go down normal. Casey, entertain all the people in the chat while I'm animating before I can go back and look back. Like, do a dance or something. Let me not make her super confused just yet. Let me just do this. There we go. A little stronger. And get the two eyes. There we go. Boop. Boop. So let me just do her mouth, even though I don't have keyframe caddy working on here. Yeah, I keep forgetting I need to make a new keyframe. Nope. Do that. Squish it. Yeah.
You appear. You appear.
That works.
You appear to. You appear to be in a cliche.
I want her to stop moving a little sooner. Actually, have her blink a little sooner too. That should do it.
You appear.
So you got to chat. Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. Ah!
You appear to be in a cliche You appear to be in a cliche horror scenario.
What happened here?
Numerous safety violations. Would you like me to recite lines such as "Blood split off" or
They mostly come at night.
"Mostly"?
Just
I might have to add face graphics onto those lines there, but I don't know what to use yet. Casey, come up with some stuff. You're a writer.
just tell me which way to the food machine.
All right, so I'm going to do this, and then we'll be done for the day. I'll finish up the last things tomorrow. Then I got to cut audio for the rest of the scene, which is mostly one big line, but should be simple. And then we get on to the last scene and hopefully get this thing done.
Just tell.
So, I actually kind of want her arms back for this one. Yeah, I'll just do that. Some of them need to be above her head, so... That diamond to create a Golden core. That's all I want. X. 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 Just because I'm anal, I'm going to do that. So, I actually don't need these anymore, so let me take those out. So she's going to be just... I'll do the face first, actually, because I kind of know the expression I want her to make. Nope, that was the back. Wrong one. There we go. No. That works. This should probably be on 10. Yep, where does it start? Shuts her eyes quickly. She'll be on 8. This will be frozen on 10. This will be on, I believe it was 30. 29.
Tell me which way to.
And we will play once, and then...
Tell me which way to the food Matron core.
There we go. Make her mouth normal for now. I can do the just, actually. Just...
Just
So I'm going to do this. How does that work?
just tell me. Just
What is this? Nope. Yeah. Okay, now that that's not annoying me anymore.
just tell. Just tell me which way.
Alright, we'll fix that later.
Tell me which way to the food restaurant.
Just I can't get a good gauge of the timing because this playback isn't at the correct frame rate. It slows down for whatever reason. It's got to load stuff, but whatever. I got the expression I wanted. We'll just cheat. I can't scroll backwards. Actually did that wrong. Wrong? Remember that. End of the world. Oh, well, that was a waste. Okay, so just gotta have an annoyed look. Whoop-a-doo.
Tell me which way.
So we're gonna do this by crossing the eyes and go down one because she's already looking down. Okay.
Tell me which way to the food restaurant core.
Alright.
Tell me which way to the food restaurant core.
Alright, so I want this to lean in. And I can go forward again too. And I did that totally wrong. I've got to make keyframes. Now, excuse me. There we go. That. And that's going to be unnoticeable, so.
Tell me which way.
Don't know why I'm doing it, but whatever. It's done.
Tell me.
Now, this is what I want to do with the hands. Just shut up and tell me what I want. No, come here. 10. No, 11. Okay. There we go. So how this is going to look. Actually, make this a little slight darker. There we go. So we don't need the arms then. Delete J, delete. We'll go past a little bit. Boop, boop. Too far. And back.
Just tell me which.
J, and she'll go back to her normal stance.
Tell me which way to.
This will go back down 2. We don't need that.
Tell me which way to. Tell me which way to the.
Stretch those out.
Tell me which way to the food machine. Tell me which way to the food machine. Just tell me which way to the food machine core. Tell me which way to the food machine.
Okay, push that forward a little bit.
Tell me which way to the food machine.
Okay, sync the symbols.
Tell me which way to the food machine core. Which way to the food machine. Tell me which way to the food.
J. Just for now, I'm going to put that back to 1.
Tell me which way to the food machine core. Machine core.
Query it.
Tell me which way to the food machine core.
Query accepted.
Okay.
Mostly.
Just tell me which way to the food machine core.
So just to see how that looks.
Just tell me which way to the food machine. Just tell me which way to the food machine core. Just tell me which way to the food machine core.
Query accepted.
I think that works.
Right.
Mostly.
Just tell me which way to the food machine core.
Query accepted.
Okay. Let's see any other comments. No comments. I blame Casey. There we go. There are no comments. How are you, Mark? I'm like the chorus of Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz. Happy? You're not happy, but feeling glad. Even said apparently they do 4 fingers in most animation because it's easier. The hands are pretty hard. I never have to actually animate hands or frame by frame or draw them unless I need to just modify Joseph's stuff. But yeah, I mean it's good for now. All right, so I think so. What's left in this scene is this part of the scene is Stufu or the Route 2 going off into the distance, and I kind of want it to pan down to the STFU, so I got to do some playing around with how to do this, and then so it'll be a little wider shot of this, and then after that I got to do this scene where she kind of looks into the distance. It would be better if she's on like the left side of the screen, but I can't do that. I can't jump the line. I don't know. This one takes a little bit of planning, but it won't actually have a lot of animation in it. So I'm just gonna finish those up tomorrow. Let's see the scene already. Boop, boop. I worry that goes on too long.
Hello? Hello?
Greetings! You appear to be in a cliché horror scenario.
What happened here?
Numerous safety violations. Would you like me to recite lines such as blood split off or
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Just tell me which way to the food machine core.
Query accepted.
So I'm actually gonna go do that face QM. Make this a little brighter. Wait, nope. Just do the scene one more time. Okay. There we go. So that's it for today. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Let's just take one last look at the comments. Sometimes I'll explain how awesome you guys are. First ask if they know who Joseph is, then tell them Total Biscuit did a voice for you guys, and then y'all are partnered with Fedoramating. Fedoramating actually, I mean, it's cool that we were able to get in. They actually do have let in a lot of animators and stuff. They're really trying to help build an animation community, and they're really cool. Oh, yeah, we got some. We also have some other stuff down the line. Super secret project, as Casey mentioned, but in a past thing. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to we're gonna finish up Wonders and work on that project, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks again, everybody, for coming in. I don't know if I'll do the next one because it's a bit of a spoiler. A very big spoiler. Yeah, but honestly, it shouldn't be that much animation left in the scene anyway, so you might get bored. Yeah, so thanks again for coming in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.